gonna work on some of the ramps and whatnot. And I think, so I looked underneath the carpet in this room and it was hardwood floor. I wanna check in the dining room and see if it's hardwood in there or if there's something funky going on. And then also, same for the hallway. The more I'm running around in here, the more seams and stuff are appearing and the more the edges of the carpet are being torn up. So, yeah, pretty sure we're gonna ditch some, if not all of this carpet. I just noticed a new seam. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but right along here, there is a seam going across and that started pulling out. I just left the plastic on here for now just because, I don't know, my thought is like if I can roll this stuff up and stick it in the attic, it would be salvageable potentially for later. And as you can see, there's already some staining from my wheels over there. But yeah, I'm gonna pull up this heat vent here real quick, see if we can take a peek down in there and see what kind of flooring we have. In theory, this should be pretty straightforward. And just pull this up and then stick our eyeballs down here. Ew. We've got some Nerf darts and other things down there I'm gonna have to vacuum out. Let's see here. Okay, so we've got carpet, we got padding. Oh, wow. Can you see that linoleum? Holy cow, that is like, let me turn this light down. That's gotta be the most 1960s thing I have ever seen. Here, look at this. Look at that pattern, oh my gosh. It's like some sort of wood chip stuff embedded in epoxy or something. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, it looks like it goes all the way around. Well, I guess since our kitchen already has strange colors anyways, that might be a good, what are we trying to say? Decor. I'm gonna go over here and see if I can feel any sort of transition between the hardwood and the linoleum here. Yeah, it feels like there's something right under here. I think regardless of any of that, you just need to rip this stuff up. And before it gets damaged. I know I keep repeating that, but I'm just gonna get some friends over here and just take care of it, I think. Yeah, so anyways, I'm recording this after I've recorded everything else, so let's jump back into whatever's going on 3 days ago. Oh, and by the way, I know there's been a number of comments of people asking, but actually the lighting's really bad over here. So my plan is to buy this place. Right now though, I've basically just sort of leased it for up to a year. Went ahead and went through everything to get the purchasing taken care of, but we're just sort of putting that on hold for a little while because I want to make sure this area is going to work out. I want to make sure there's no surprises or other crazy things that happen. And after I figure out, you know, I mean, so far I think this is going to work great, but after I confirm for probably a couple of months, then I'm going to pull the trigger on making this place mine. And then we can do some more renovations, like maybe potentially knocking down a wall between two of the bedrooms back there. Well, I think in the bathroom, the easiest thing to do would probably be to just rip out this entire vanity. I don't need dual sinks and it uses up a lot of space in there. And what we could do is just do like a wall mount sink over in the corner, or maybe one over here, although it would be nice to have this space in front of the tub and shower open. But, oh, that was the other thing. Let's see real quick if there's an easy way to get these glass doors out of the shower. Oh yeah, these things are just, oh boy. Oh wait. I probably should have had some help. I'm gonna put that back. That sounded like breaking glass. Okay, think we're still all right. Let's see if we can do this here. All right, there we go. Holy crap, those things are heavy. There's no way I can get those out of there myself. Okay, so this one here, I think same thing. I just go up and over and that actually opens it up in here quite a bit. But mostly from a standpoint, actually, I guess it gives more elbow space. But mostly from a standpoint, now I can actually get into this thing because of those doors. Oh, it's already got a shower head on a hose. Sweet. Fairly recent fixtures. Yeah, because with those glass doors on there, there's no way I'd be able to get into that thing or even get a transfer bench in there. Yeah, there we go. That helps out quite a bit, actually. I guess the bathtub is still kind of small. Maybe it's not as small as I thought with those glass doors on there, but yeah, I think, yeah, sweet. Okay, now back to what was going on 4 days ago. So I was sitting here trying to balance out this camera without a tripod again, and then I was holding down the seat elevator button on this chair so I could get up here and fix that hinge. I was like, man, the motor sounds like it's working really good. So I was screwing out with the camera, holding the button, and then I realized I'm not moving. The seat elevator actually broke. When I was running around on the hardware store yesterday, I felt something in the chair like snap or pop or something, and the back of the seat dropped about 1/4 inch or so. So I think we might need to take the seat elevator back out of this thing. I just swapped it over from another chair. So I think I'm gonna have to take the seat elevator back out, get out the welder, and see if we can get it fixed properly, because this is one of the older ones where the welds aren't very good. But I did get some chisels. I think I might be able to reach that, we'll see. It was $16 for one chisel or $20 for this whole set. And they've got the whatever hammer stuff, so I'm gonna see if I can make this work without a seat elevator. If I can open this package. Which I think ironically you need a chisel to open the chisel package. Let's see here. Oh, or the chisel's sharp, all you'd have to do is twist it. Oh boy, this seems dangerous. Close enough. Alright, my arms are really tired, but I managed to hack away at that thing like some sort of rusty beaver. And I do believe we've got a good recess in there now. So, let's see if the door closes. Or if I took off too much. Ooh, pretty close. Yeah, I think that'll do. Okay, well, I managed to get some of this built. Turn some lights on. Get some nice LED lighting in here. So I finally found my DeWalt cordless combo set. The skill saw there and everything. And this is a lumber we got yesterday. And then I found some 2x8s, because we got 2x6s. I found 5 4-foot 2x8s in the apartment dumpster, which was actually kind of handy. A little bit strange though. Jeezy was here. And there's like names written on it. And other things have been spray painted on various surfaces. Anyways, so this is going to be the platform that will sit up there. And you may notice that this is a 2x6 and this is a 2x8. That's because I figured, oh hey, I've got these free 2x8s. I'll just use those for the frame, you know, beefy and stuff.
But then what I didn't do was measure the distance between that step and the door jamb. These 2x8s are 7.5, and that is 7.25. And we still have to put plywood sheeting on top of this, so that would have made a step up onto the platform. So I pulled out one of the 2x8s and replaced it with a 2x6. But I just now realized before I picked up the camera that I'm gonna have to remove this one as well, because the ramp's gonna come up this side and we can't have it drop down. So I guess for no other reason than they're already cut and screwed together, we'll just use two 2x8s and then two 2x6s for some reason. But we can get an idea here how far this is going to stick out. There we go. So yeah, that's going to be sitting up there on that step, pressed all the way up against that shelf. And it's going to come out yay far. Can still park a vehicle in here if I need to. But it's going to be all the way up against the step there. Actually pretty much centered up under the door there. It'll stick out this way just a little bit. And then we'll have the ramp come down here. And I think we're probably going to end it, like I was saying before, about even with the furnace here. So that should give us a nice slope. But you may be looking at this and thinking, why is that so huge? Well, it's because I've got a rear-wheel drive bounder. I've got a bunch of different chairs. I want to have friends come over. And I don't want the size of this landing to be any sort of worry. Now I'm going to put a lip on it so you can't run off the edge accidentally. But this worked great for me in the past, and I never had to even think about it. And that's kind of where I want to be. I don't want to be constantly looking down and paying attention to things because, you know, who wants to do that? But anyways, I worked till I got dizzy. I figured that's a good stopping place. My friends are going to be over here tomorrow. And I think I've got enough of the stuff to get this knocked out. This DeWalt cordless kit is like really old. I think I got that in like, oh, what was it? I feel like it was maybe 2008 or something, but it still has all the original batteries. There's 4 of them in there. All of them but one work. And the one that doesn't work, if you take it off the charger and use it instantly, it's fine, but it will self-discharge really fast. But yeah, kind of crazy that you can have a drill set that's like, you know, actually maybe it was older than 2008. Is there a date on these things? I mean, they're all NiCad batteries. They're not even NIMH. But anyways, these things are like over 12 years old. And somehow the original batteries are still working. Oh yeah, there we go. 2009. Stamped right there. Interesting. So yeah. Not saying anything about whatever or the quality of tools, but these ones are still working. All right, been working away on this thing. My help is going to be here in a couple of hours, but I have trouble just sitting doing nothing when I feel like I could be doing something, and this will save some time once he gets here. But we're going a little bit overkill on this thing just because, you know, I want to be able to have the bounder on there and have a 900-pound weight limit and just not worry about it. So I had to replace the 2 outside edges here with 2x6s instead of 2x8s, but I got too lazy / didn't have enough. So that's why it has this sort of a weird step on it. But I just got the joist hangers installed on this end, and now I need to measure out that end and do it. And then I think I'm gonna be done with as much as I can do on this until my friend gets here. Oh, actually, I might try and drag it up there and measure the height, because I still need to put some legs that'll stand down on the bottom of this, because this half of it is going to be sitting on that step, but this half is going to need legs that go down, so I might work on measuring that out now. Okay, here we go. We're ready for the plywood sheeting, or at least to fit it. I went through a couple iterations of this thing. As you can see, like I was saying before, there's 2x8s and 2x6s, but then I trimmed it down so that this edge to that edge from the inside, this area was 4 feet square, because obviously that's taller. Wait, was that? Hang on, let me grab the tape measure. Now I'm second guessing myself.
Oh, okay, so it was from the outside edge to the outside edge is 4 feet, okay. So, I'm gonna have to trim off 1.5 inches from 2 sides of this plywood. I'm not gonna put it on here yet. I'm probably just going to, well, we'll just do this. And look, it's almost square. Kind of forgot about the whole squareness thing before I screwed it all down. Well, I don't think I have enough 2x6s left to replace those. Although I do have some 2x4s. I'm probably gonna have to scab in some supports for the edges here now. I screwed this up. And it was all because I didn't measure the height between the door jamb and the step right there. Should have done that first. It's a 1/2 inch higher sitting on the step than the door jamb is, so anyways, we'll figure it out. Hang on a second, I gotta, cutting with the grain with really green wood. Yeah, that's good stuff. 2x8, 2x6, vertical 2x4, laying down 2x4. Yeah. Perfect-ish. Or whatever their actual measurements are. Okay, a few things need to happen right now. First off, we're gonna turn off this fan. Even though everyone else's kitchen fumes will blow in here. I need to meet a plumber over at the new place, and he's gonna be there in 45 minutes or less. I also need to find a vacuum cleaner because building the ramps yesterday made an ungodly mess in the garage. And I tried to find some on Craigslist, but they weren't around, so I'm gonna check the dumpster area here, go meet the plumber, and then, I don't know, maybe go to Walmart. I don't really want to buy a new one, but yeah. And then, I'm sure there's something else I'm forgetting, but I need to get over there to the new place right now, because gotta let the plumber in. Okay, made it back over here. So we have ramps. Actually, let me show you the one out here first. For the back door, essentially we just built a little wedge thing that basically just sits here. Let's go outside. It just started raining really hard. Yeah, so this thing, we just use a 2x8, a 2x6, a 2x4 standing vertically, and a 2x4 laying down. Screwed them all off, and then cut side plates to basically tie them all together. And we're using that same sort of 3/4 plywood. But I'm noticing now that since the rain seems to get on it, I might need to seal that with something instead of leaving it bare wood. And then over here, just a couple of really basic little things. It's 2x2 with some plywood attached to it, and then we just jammed a piece of that 3/4 inch with some shims under the door sill, and that allows me to get out of there and up onto here. But yeah, this thing's super solid. I mostly just wanted to make sure that I had multiple pathways to get in and out of the house. I don't think I'm gonna build a ramp out front because the front door is kind of strange. The front door swings one way and the screen door swings the other way. And there's sort of a tight little area there that is Well, there isn't really enough room to turn a wheelchair sideways like this, so I'll probably just leave that be for now. But the garage, let's check this out. So I think I showed a couple days ago, I built this platform part before my help got here because that was the most tedious part, getting everything measured out and built and all the brackets installed. But as you can see, we're pretty much level here. And then we've got 6 feet of ramp going down this way. And essentially just cut a little bevel on the end of this. I was thinking about getting another piece of plywood. So let me turn on the light. It's legitimately raining out there. I had thought about adding another piece of plywood or something down here. Let me zoom in so you can see that. But yeah, this is the edge that's on here right now. It looks a little more extreme on camera than it is, but it actually works fairly well. But yeah, I got all the Simpson ties and brackets and everything installed. We measured off this ramp angle, and we've got 4 of them across here. This thing is ridiculously overbuilt. There are, let's see, I think there's 5 cross braces, 1 on each side and 3 in the middle. So this is ridiculously solid. But yeah, that gets the job done. Get in and out of here. And there is still room to pull a van in here and deploy the ramp. So yeah, I know this looks really big, but I don't want to have to worry about, you know, being out here in the dark or paying close attention to things. Here, I'll set the camera down and kind of show you how it's not really as big as it looks. So coming out, as you can see, there's only like maybe 14 inches of buffer here when I turn out of the door. And it makes it nice that I don't have to perfectly line, you know, everything up, and there's room to kind of move around on here. If it was any smaller, I would be worried. Well, let's just say I don't have to pay constant attention to going up and down a ramp. I am going to be adding some little side toe kicks or whatever on there. It was like 1 a.m. by the time I got done with this yesterday, so kind of got, well, we worked for a long time. Plus, my cordless drill batteries. These things are from 2009, and with all of the cutting and stuff we were doing, we have 3 usable batteries. We kind of ran out of power, and oh, that's the bad one. We kind of ran out of power, and I didn't want to start short cycling these things. They are NiCads, so they don't necessarily appreciate being short cycled, especially when they get warm. So I figured we would deal with that later. Plus, we're gonna have to run a skill saw along this edge right here before we can put something on here. But what I think I might do is get like a 2x8 or a 2x10 and just basically screw it off to the faceplate on this and then have that sticking up, you know, maybe yay far. I was trying to decide like if I wanted to do that or nothing or have a handrail, but then the problem with having a handrail is it makes it difficult to move stuff in and out of here. And the problem with having a toe kick is when other people are walking in and out, they might try and come out and step off of here and trip on that. So I think what I'm gonna have to do, I'm just gonna put the little toe kick on here and then call it a day. Maybe put some reflective stickers or something on it, or tell people don't be dumb. Because also if you're, well, I'm 6'1". I mean, I'm not walking through the door, but this garage door support, now this platform here may be interfering with your head anyways. There you can see. I'm pretty sure that would come very close to touching my head if I was walking through that door. So some of my friends and their caretakers are ridiculously tall. So they're gonna have to watch their head, watch their feet, and all kinds of stuff. Anyways, all I'm saying is it's my house, and if people are gonna trip coming off of that, they're gonna have to like just learn a lesson and not do it again. So I do wanna make it safe for other people coming over here, you know, in wheelchairs and whatnot. But the most important thing, Jeezy was here. And Jeezy survived. Oh, and here too. But Jeezy survived all of the lumber and cutting and everything. And probably have to put that on the wall. I don't know why, but it's just a strange piece of free wood that I found. But as you can see, I kinda need a vacuum cleaner. I mean, a cheap way of doing this would be a broom, but my stupid arms are not gonna appreciate sweeping all this. Plus it gets on my tires and track it inside and everything. So I stopped by a thrift store on the way here. That's kind of a whole nother thing. They had some accessibility issues, but no vacuum. So while I'm waiting for this plumber, I'm gonna hop on Craigslist and see if I can find another nearby vacuum cleaner. Wait, who texted me? Oh, that was a reminder. So yeah, let's see what the interweb has for solutions in the way of things. Oh, and by the way, this rain hood has really nice lighting. Yeah, that works pretty good. All right, we have a shiny new faucet installed. Look at that. It's got a little retractable thingy and actually has some water pressure. The old one was apparently leaking pretty badly. It had been dripping from the faucet, but I didn't realize that well, as you can see, this latex paint down here was not exactly appreciative to the water, but I didn't realize it was filling up that lower area. So it's probably a good thing I got that replaced. I'm texting some more people from Craigslist to see about shop vacs. I don't want to spend $100 on one at Lowe's or Home Depot. Oh, I got a text back. Yes, I still have it, and yes. Okay, so this guy, I actually bought a power chair from him before. It was one that I used for power soccer. Well, one of the small ones we had. Ryan, you know, the small chair. This guy is selling a shop vac as well. So I think I might head over there and buy it. It's $20 and it's in the box. I don't know if it's new, but it's a decent Stanley one with wheels on it. So let's go see if we can snatch it. Okay, we just acquiesced a vacuum cleaner. Let me pull away from the guy's house and I'll explain what happened. So I sent the guy a text at like 8 o'clock because I hadn't heard back, and I was like, oh, are we gonna be able to get a vacuum tonight, or is this, you know, tomorrow or whatever? But yeah, so he's like, yeah, sure, no problem, you know, go ahead and come on out. I didn't have any cash, and I figured, oh, I'll just stop by an ATM. But the chip on my bank card is acting up, and it's not acting up in a normal way. Instead of saying there's an error, it just declines every transaction. If you swipe the card, it works fine. If you key it in manually, it works fine. And it had started doing that about a week ago. It would work at some stores and not others. So on the way out here, I stopped by a few different banks and tried their ATMs, and they're all just like, nope, get out of here. I kind of fibbed a little bit. So I purchased a wheelchair from this guy in the past. So, I mean, not that I know him or anything, but maybe I have a little bit more trustworthiness than the average Yahoo. But I went up to his door and I was like, hey, I just realized I forgot my wallet. Do you have PayPal or like Google Wallet or something like that? And he's like, all I have is Venmo. Now, I've been kind of resisting using Venmo for no good reason. Everyone always asked me if I had it, and I always said no. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I just downloaded it real quick and put my card in the thing and sent him money that way. He had to go inside and talk to his wife and like get her Venmo information and blah, blah, and this and that. But, oh wait, where am I? Oh, left. So yeah, it wound up working out, but it was just kind of funny. Like, I have money in my account, I just can't use the stupid card. I guess I'll have to call the bank tomorrow and have them send me a new one. It's just annoying having to change all my online payment stuff with a new credit card number, but if the thing doesn't work, I kind of need it replaced, I guess, so whatever. Anyways, we've got a vacuum cleaner now. It's sitting in the back. You can't see it, but whatever. All right, we have a vacuum cleaner now. And of course, more than one coffee. So kind of funny. So let's move this over here. I show up there at the guy's place and he's like, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention in the ad, the power switch is kind of screwed up. Maybe that's why it's only $20. And I was like, well, I have a surprise for you too. I forgot my wallet. So that was interesting. But supposedly it'll turn on, but it won't turn off. And he said he bought it from Costco. He said he bought it from Costco and used it maybe 12 times or something. And he should have returned it to Costco, but he didn't, so whatever. I was kind of playing around with it, and I can tell, like the power switch will click, but it won't, it doesn't always click a second time, so I'm not too worried about it. I can always take that apart and fix it probably. Yeah, it seems like it's good. Came with a bunch of attachments and hoses and stuff. It even came with another hose that actually doesn't even go to the vacuum. He was throwing it away, so I figured, hey, why not? Always good to have more hose on your vacuum. It also came with this floor cleaning attachment, which I think should be handy for what I'm about to do here. Looks like he was right. You have to hit the button about 5 times to get it to turn off. I just realized the dust cloud that thing's kicking out is not very good for the camera. Plus, I'm gonna see if I can put that extension hose on there. This is not enough of a reach. Well, I'm covered in filth now. At least the garage floor is like a little bit cleaner. It's, I mean, not the most powerful shop vac in the world, but for $20, it definitely gets the job done, and I don't have to buy one for $100 from like Home Depot. So this here is a housewarming gift. The viewer sent this. He said I might need a hand with it. I'm not sure exactly what that means. He said I would know when I see it. The box is about 11 pounds. So we're gonna open this up. I'm not gonna look at the gift receipts because I don't want to spoil the surprise. And see what's in here. I'm really curious. Got a couple of boxes here. Not gonna look at them, just gonna pull them out. Those. Probably shouldn't be putting those on the stove, but hey, whatever. Ugh. What do we have here? Oh, what? Are you kidding? Wait a second. Oh, 2 Ring cameras. Seriously, dude? Yeah, I will need help with these, but holy crap. So, same person that got me the Ring doorbell, which I installed on the house. Yeah, so these are... There's 2 of them. So these are floodlights with cameras built in. Connects to 110 volt wiring, replaces your existing floodlight. Sweet. All right. Thank you. Can definitely get the Fortress a little bit more, well, get some more remote eyeballs on it at least. Yeah, because the doorbell camera out front sees things like really well. It would be nice to have one out back, and then another one, well, there's another spot out front. Yeah, let's take a look at one of these real quick. That's so freaking awesome. There it is. Big Brother in a box. Oh wow, those are substantial LED lights. Oh no way, they come with the mounting plates and everything. Since they're also floodlights, I think people may not notice. Yeah, check it out. You can see the LED chipset down in there. So people may not notice that there's a security camera between the lights that are blinding them. Yeah, that is gonna be sweet. I'll have to turn these upside down, but yeah. Yeah, thanks, man. I've actually got someone that can help me install these. Sweet. All right, battery in this thing's dying. I'm gonna pack some of this stuff up. I don't want to leave this stuff on the stove. It's the next day again. We're back over here at the new place playing around with the vacuum cleaner. And I decided to take it apart and see what's wrong with the switch. This seems like a very tiny switch, but when you push it, see how it doesn't pull back out? Now if I push it again, it should turn back off. But yeah, basically this little switch, the mechanism in here is just like stuck or whatever. So I'm just gonna spray a little bit of penetrating oil or something down in there. I know it's not like the best thing in the world, and this is like a non-repairable Chinesium switch, like super cheap one. But actually, is it China? No, it's not China. Anyways, I'm gonna spray some garbage down in there and see if we can temporarily get it to work better. Pretty sure the only thing I have over here is this mostly empty bottle of the T9 Bow Shield. This stuff is intended as like a general purpose lubricant, and it's not designed for electrical stuff, so I know I can see the comments already. What are you doing? That's an electrical thing. It shouldn't have that in it. And you're 100% correct, but look at that. It works now. Almost. One more. There we go. That'll do. That's all it took. All right, let's put it back together.